If you thought the 2020 NFL offseason was wild, just wait till you see what 2021 has in store for us. Last year, we saw several big-name quarterbacks change homes to go along with a handful of blockbuster trades that changed the landscape of the league. Expect more of the same and then some for what should be an event-filled stretch between March and September. I'm Justin Fraction, and here's a look at 10 storylines that will dominate the 2021 NFL offseason. Hold up, wait a minute. I'm pausing the video so I can put my 2 cents in it. We just want to let you know about our friggin' awesome giveaway at the end of the month, where we'll be giving away $500 cash, not to 1, not to 2, but 3 lucky subscribers. Why? Because we like you. And we want to thank you, the fans of TPS, for making all of this possible. So what do you have to do? Well, to enter the contest, all you need to do is subscribe and then have your notifications on. And you've got to be a regular commenter throughout the month. So smash that bell, like our videos, and comment on our videos too. And if you're already subscribed and you have your likes and notifications on, then just like and comment, and you'll be automatically entered into the random draw. So now you know what to do. Good luck to all yins out there. Number 10, Patriots' next step. The New England Patriots won 7 games in 2020 despite losing franchise icon Tom Brady in free agency, having 8 players opt out for this season and owning the league's toughest strength of schedule. Somewhat remarkable to salvage 7 wins, but 2020 also marked the Patriots' first losing season since 2000 and their first non-playoff campaign since 2008. So now Bill Belichick has a tough decision to make. Does he keep most of his roster intact, look to upgrade at quarterback and wide receiver and try to compete again? Or does he begin a scorched earth rebuild? The defense is good enough with Stephon Gilmore, Devin McCourty, Patrick Chung, and J.C. Jackson rounding out an elite secondary. The offensive line is top-notch. Sonny Mitchell and Damian Harris lead one of the league's best rushing units. So a new quarterback and multiple quality pass catchers could be the final pieces needed to contend again. Or maybe Belichick simply decides to sell off his top veteran players like Gilmore, McCourty, Chung, and Julian Edelman and commence a rebuild. Being the greatest coach of all time, Belichick can trust himself to fix this team within 2 or 3 years. Nobody knows where Belichick's mind is at, only he does. This is 50-50. He either loads up again for the shot at a 7th Lombardi trophy, or he tears it all down and rebuilds the roster entirely. Good luck guessing which direction he chooses. Number 9, possible rule changes. There were a handful of minor rule changes for the 2020 NFL season. The replay review for pass interference penalties was scrapped, and the league got rid of the dead ball fouls and clock manipulation thing that Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel exploited in 2019. Don't be surprised if we see more serious rule changes in 2021. For one, will the league fully expand to the 17-game season that owners have long sought? That's the current plan, but nothing has been finalized. Secondly, will they add a 4th and 15 conversion option as an alternate to the onside kick? And following another painful series of officiating miscues, will we see some form of replay review expansion? The introduction of a sky judge would be nice. These are just a handful of possible changes to keep an eye on. Number 8, the new-look Jaguars. 3 years after a surprise trip to the 2017 AFC Championship game, the Jacksonville Jaguars are suddenly relevant again. For starters, owner Shad Khan managed to bring NCAA coaching legend Urban Meyer out of retirement. The 3-time national champion has finally gotten his first NFL coaching gig, and it's going to be glorious. The Jaguars also own the first overall pick in 2021, and they're widely expected to take generational QB prospect Trevor Lawrence. Meyer and Lawrence alone give you a reason to follow the Jaguars in the offseason. But what if Meyer and the Jaguars tried something crazy and traded the first overall pick for a mega package? And what if the Jaguars take somebody like Zach Wilson or Justin Fields instead? Unlikely, but one way or another, Meyer will have the fortunes of building around a prized rookie QB. And with the plethora of cap space, the Jaguars can go all out in finding some weapons for Lawrence or whoever they take with their first selection. Even non-Jacksonville fans will be greatly entertained by the upcoming offseason in Duval County. Number 7, who will be the Jets QB in 2021? New York Jets fired head coach Adam Gase following a dismal 2-14 season that saw them botch their tank job that would have landed them Trevor Lawrence, only the Jets. Sweeping changes were made on the coaching staff. Former San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh was hired as Gase's replacement. Jeff Ulbrich was brought in as the new DC. And Saleh hired 49ers passing game coordinator Mike LaFleur for the offensive coordinator role. The main question now is this. Will Saleh and GM Joe Douglas give Sam Darnold another year? Or will they take a new QB in a draft class loaded with promising signal callers? If the Jets keep Darnold, they can auction off the number 2 pick and receive a king's ransom of selections. With a ton of cap space, they can also upgrade Darnold's lackluster supporting cast. If the Jets decide to move on from Darnold, they'd have a number of replacement options in the draft, and then there's the whole Deshaun Watson trade saga. Salah will definitely be an upgrade over Gase, but will he be the one that helps Darnold finally reach his full potential? Or are the Jets looking for a new franchise QB to work around? We can't wait to find out. Number 6, Eagles, Wentz or Hurts. Near the end of the 2020 season, reports stated that Carson Wentz's relationship with then head coach Doug Peterson was fractured beyond repair. Many expected Wentz to seek a trade, but the Eagles wound up firing Peterson following a woeful 4-11-1 season. The Wentz trade speculation has quieted down a bit, and if he's suddenly keen on staying in Philly, well, things start to get interesting. Rookie Jalen Hurts outplayed Wentz in those 4 games he started, and the former definitely deserves an audition for the full-time starting job. Now, if head coach Nick Sirianni likes Hurt more, the Eagles ought to find a way to trade Wentz. You can't carry a $128 million backup quarterback on your roster. No chance. On the flip side, if Sirianni and the front office decide to build around Wentz, okay, now you need to go about upgrading a horrendous offensive line and a mediocre set of receivers. Easier said than done. There's a major QB controversy in Philadelphia, and the Eagles need to make a decision on who their guy is sooner rather than later. Number 5, the return of Andrew Luck. Former Indianapolis Colts Pro Bowl quarterback Andrew Luck stunned the football world when he retired just before the start of the 2019 season at the age of 29. Luck cited ongoing injuries and a lack of desire to keep playing as a reason for his retirement. This was especially shocking because Luck was coming off of a remarkable 2018 season that saw him win the Comeback Player of the Year award after leading the Colts to a wild-card spot and a trip to the AFC divisional round. Hey, Rob Gronkowski ended a 1-year retirement last year. Jason Witten did the same the season before that too. Could Luck decide to come back after resting his banged-up body for 2 years? He'd be 32 in the 2021 season, which is fairly young for quarterbacks these days. Owner Jim Irsay has made it clear that the Colts would love to have him back too. We're not saying it will happen, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Number 4, how do the Packers keep Aaron Rodgers happy? The Green Bay Packers lost in the NFC Championship game for their 2nd straight year, but this one was more painful in that they were the favorites at home. After the loss, Rodgers admitted that his future was a mystery, and reports have stated that his relationship with the franchise is souring and that this could end in a divorce. Well, if the Packers want to keep number 12 around long term, they better try to improve the roster around him. Rodgers should maybe have some input in player personnel decisions for once. Wouldn't it be nice if they gave him a better offensive line and some Pro Bowl caliber pass catchers to complement Devontae Adams? If Green Bay doesn't do much to repair this rocky relationship, things could get ugly. Tensions could grow and Rodgers could ask for a trade. It's on the coaching staff and front office to get to work in fixing 1, their relationship with Rodgers, and 2, the roster around him. 3, does Dak Prescott finally get his deal? Unable to reach an agreement on a long-term deal, the Dallas Cowboys star settled on playing the 2020 season under a $31.4 million franchise tag. Unfortunately, Prescott was lost for the season in Week 5 after suffering a brutal right ankle dislocation and fracture. Prior to the injury, he was on pace to become the first player to reach 6,000 passing yards in a single season. The Cowboys went just 4-7 without Prescott in what was a very winnable NFC East. Andy Dalton wasn't terrible by any means, but we just saw how much worse this Dallas team was without their star QB. As such, Prescott's value could only go up more. The question now is if Jerry Jones finally gives in and meets Dak's asking price, or if he lets number 4 leave in free agency and look for other options. Dallas could try to trade for a veteran or find somebody in the draft. The early guess here is that the Cowboys hand Prescott a mega extension. Then again, most of us thought the same last year, and look what happened. Dak's future in Dallas isn't guaranteed by any means. Number 2, will there be fans? Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, none of the 32 NFL teams had a packed stadium for their 2020 home games. Some of the teams welcomed an extremely limited number of spectators, but others played all of their home games with 0 fans in attendance. Near the end of 2020, Dr. Anthony Fauci told Yahoo Sports that it's possible we'll see full NFL stadiums again in September. Keyword possible. The league and all 32 teams lost a ton of money with little to no gate revenue for 2020. And we all know how much crowd noise can affect football games. We've seen many sports teams base their off-season directions around having no fans. A lot of them don't want to spend big money in free agency if they're not getting revenue from ticket and concession sales. Will this impact the off-season approach to several NFL teams? To be determined. And number 1, the Deshaun Watson saga. The Houston Texans' journey to rock bottom in 2020 began when Bill O'Brien traded DeAndre Hopkins to the Arizona Cardinals, one of the most baffling moves ever. Needless to say, the move didn't pay off as an 0-4 start led to the head coach's firing. If that wasn't bad enough, the Texans finished at 4-12, which netted them the number 3 selection. But wait, the Miami Dolphins own that pick because O'Brien surrendered Houston's 2021 first-rounder as part of the 2019 trade for Kenny Stills and Laramie Tunsil. Things got even worse immediately after the regular season when franchise quarterback Deshaun Watson dropped hints that he was unhappy with the team. Sure enough, Watson finally requested a trade less than 6 months after he signed a 4-year extension worth $156 million. The Texans have made it clear that they don't want to trade Watson, but if he engages in a holdout of some sort and continues to voice his desire to move on, Houston won't have a choice. Several teams will line up with gigantic trade offers that new GM Nick Caserio may struggle to turn down. Watson is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. It's not too often we see such a high-profile quarterback demand a trade, especially at the age of 25. His best years are ahead of him, and if he can put up mega numbers on a woeful Texans team, imagine what he could do on a championship contending group. The Watson saga, without a doubt, is the number 1 storyline that will dominate the 2021 offseason. What other NFL offseason storylines will you follow closely? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. And if you're new here, feel free to click that subscribe button for more cool videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you all next time.